Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I have an extra spicy ab series for you, so let's get it. I'm going to be using a ball as my prop. If you do not have a ball, you can always ball up a towel or a small pillow, anything that you can put behind you just to support the spine. So I'm going to start by putting that ball into the small of my back near the sacrum area. You have to find that sweet spot where it works for you. It's going to give a nice tuck of that pelvis, protecting the lumbar spine and really putting the abdominals in that engagement, feeling them work right away. My feet are going to stay onto my gray strip, knees up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to get extra tall. So I'm really tucking the pelvis, starting to draw the abdominals in towards my spine. My hands are going to start behind my head. I'm going to alternate those feet from a march, just one at a time. Just really starting to warm things up. This is where we will start, and then I'm going to layer on. Usually I would go from 10 to 12 marches. Just to a hover. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant both feet down now. I'm going to bring my arms out like a zombie, drop the shoulders, staying tall. Now, small little lift and lower from the chest. So my pelvis is staying tucked. I'm really trying to draw my abdominals in towards my spine. Staying long and tall. Little lift and lower. If you start to shake, you're doing it right. Try to use that exhale. It's really going to knit those ribs together. We'll go for 8, 7, 6, 5. We're going to pause in 4, 3, 2, 1. Find that earthquake zone halfway down. I'm going to lift and lower those arms. Whoo, there's that shake. We love it. Long arms reaching up and drop. For 8, 7, 6, 5. I always say embrace that shake. 4, stick with it. Last 3, 2, and 1. You can grab on those hamstrings, take a little break, roll those shoulders back a few times. Anytime you need to adjust that ball, if you start to feel like you're dumping in your low back, it's your abdominals turning off. So adjust where you need, whether it's higher or lower. I like mine a little lower in that sacrum, it really tucks my pelvis. So now that we're nice and warmed up, we're gonna get into those obliques. So we're gonna bring those arms out like a zombie once again, drop the shoulders, get tall. Take a deep inhale. Let's start with that right hand. We're gonna open up and reach down towards that floor, coming back to center. So we're opening up, reaching, nice and long. Those obliques are having to work really hard to stabilize and bring my body right back in. I like to do one arm at a time, really burn out one of those sides. We're not just opening, but we're actually opening and reaching down, making that extra challenge every time. We're gonna go for 6, 5, 4, really rotating in that spine. For 3, we're gonna pause into it again. In 2, open up, reach, pulses, small and sweet. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, finish strong. 2, 1, bring it in, relax, get tall. Good. Catch your breath for about a few seconds, and then we're going to go into that left side. So little adjustment here. Every time if you need it, if you lose that ball a bit, get nice and tall. Once again, draw those abdominals in, arms out like a zombie. I'm going to go to that left side now. So open up, reach, back to center, reach, back to center. One side might feel stronger than the other. That's okay. For 8, 7, 6, keep breathing. Here for 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right back in. Take a break. So with this series, we're hitting the whole abdominal wall and the core plus our oblique. So it's really like a 3-in-1. That's why I love it so much. Okay, from here, I'm gonna put on one blue spring. We're gonna keep that ball nice and tucked. If you wanna go a little heavier, which is more spicy, load up a bit. So either a half a spring up to that red, whatever you like. I'm gonna do one blue for now, see how that feels, and then you can always progress or modify. So ball stays into the small of your back. I'm gonna bring those toes up to the foot bar. So balls of the feet are on. I'm wrapping all 10 toes around, getting nice and tall again. I'm evenly placed my sits bones into my carriage, so I'm really sitting into it, okay? Don't try not to shift to one side or the other. I'm gonna bring my arms across my chest. When I'm ready, press out onto that foot bar without leaving it, bringing it right back in. Really pointing in those toes, extending those ankles, keeping a high heel. If you wanted to progress from here, hands behind the head, bring it in. So the further away from the midline you go, the more challenging it is. Your body has to try even harder to stabilize. Just bringing it in, press, staying tucked, nice and tall through the crown of the head. And we're gonna pretty much go through that same thing, but now we're using the springs, or one spring for that resistance. So core has to work even more. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, fully extended out in those legs, lift those heels and lift and lower those arms nice and tall. There's that shake again. Enjoy it, embrace it. When you exhale, you can really hear it. It's just like your abs are just like, really crunching into it. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop those arms, lift and lower from the chest for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it in. So if you're hating or loving your spring, keep it. If you hate it, now's the time to change. If you want it a little spicier, I'm gonna load up a little bit because why not? But do what feels good for you. All right, from here, I'm gonna keep my left foot on and my right leg is going to come into tabletop. I'm gonna fully extend in that left leg, hold onto my hamstring while I prep. I'm in my right leg tabletop to start. Then from here, I'm going to bend my left knee, kick my right leg over my foot bar, whoop, a little too fast, and extend back to tabletop. So one leg is lengthening, one leg is going into that tabletop every time. Hands can always come across the chest if you need a little break, but we're threading that right leg over that foot bar, back to tabletop. For 6, 5, 4, that's where it gets spicy. 3, here for 2, last 1, tabletop with that right leg, left leg is extended. Let's pulse into it, rotate. 6, 5, hello obliques. 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it in. All right, we have one more side. Whew, feeling extra shredded already. I hope you are too. So right foot is in on the foot bar. We're gonna bring that left leg in the tabletop as I fully extend from that right knee, so my right leg is nice and long. Hold onto your hamstring to prep, tuck that pelvis. When you're ready, hands across the chest or in front. If you wanna switch it up at any time with that hand position, you do you. Whew. All right, we got this. And breathe. For 6, those rotations are coming in 5, 4, 3, here for 2, Last one, fully extend that right leg. Left leg is in tabletop. Hands behind the head if you would like, and pulse into it. Rotate. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Relax. Find a little stretch, whatever feels good. I like to sit back onto it, press that onto my foot bar. Stretch. Rotate, 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 rotate. All right, I have one more for you. I'm gonna add on a couple more springs. Doesn't matter which ones, it's just to keep the carriage locked into place. I'm gonna lie all the way down onto my carriage now. I'm still using my ball. Again, it's not necessary. But I'm gonna kick my legs up, try to fully extend. If your hamstrings are tight, that's okay, just try your best. I'm gonna push my ball up against my thighs, not in between, but up against. I'm gonna start to tuck my chin, scoop my abdominals, roll that ball up to your highest reach, and slowly melting it all the way back down. Head comes to headrest. So I'm articulating, rolling up in my spine, reaching for as far as I can towards those toes, and then slowly melting it all the way back down. And again, putting those abs into flexion, reach, 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 and then slowly rolling it all the way back down. Usually I would get about 6 to 7 of these just to finish off. And melt down. Let's go for 4. Whew. There's that shake even in my legs. I'm really trying to extend through those legs. Roll back down. Take a little break if you need to. Really maintain that imprint so mid-spine is in that mat. Let's do it again. Roll, 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 roll. Reach. Tucking chin to chest. Melt it back down. Here we go. Last 2. Deep inhale. Tuck chin to chest. Roll up. Reach for those toes. Melt it all the way back down. We got last one. Let's do this. Reach, 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 reach for your highest point. And slowly roll it all the way back down. Feet can come to the foot bar. Find a little rotation in that spine. Just to shake it out a little bit. We can ditch that ball. Come seated. And there you go. We have our ab series on the reformer. You don't have to use a ball. You can find a towel. And then for that last series, you just reach up, articulating in that spine. You're still going to feel those abs work. So thank you for joining me. I'll be back with more content